Welcome to the podcast where we blow up all the jokes. Detonate another bomb blast with every episode of Pop. Soda Pop Pop. Only bombs, only bombs.
You know, because your comedy's fucking, man, it's getting good, dude. Like Matt and me were just talking about that. We were like, damn, dude, JP's getting like fucking good. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm like constantly doing
Yeah, so you've been having a good time out there?
Yeah, getting like a ton of reps in. And I've reached a point that I've never had before. And I think it's like that magical point of fear going away. And nothing can bother you on stage anymore. Like nothing. Silence won't bother you. Heckler won't bother you. Crowd won't bother you. Your jokes that don't land won't bother you. It's like, I bet other comedians that reach this point know what I'm talking about. It's that I don't give a fuck point.
Yeah.
That no fucks given. And then what happens is like your stage presence no longer shows fear. And fear, you can't hide fear, my friend. Even if you go up there and psych yourself out and slap yourself in the face and be like, I got this, you can still see fear. The audience can feel it.
Yeah. Man,
there's just something about
cool.
you on stage that makes you feel uncomfortable about that performer. That's their fear projecting onto you in the audience.
Oh man. See, that's really cool. And I've heard comics and people talk about that, you know, but could you kind of get into like the how that, like the process of that? Like, you know, just basically you just kind of just did a bunch of reps and then it eventually just kind of came about, or was it like a gradual process, or?
It's a gradual process, but when it happens, it clicks because then you want to see consistency. Like if you were like, oh, it clicked, but then the next show you're freaking out, then it didn't click yet. You know what I mean? It's when like, and you'll have to demonstrate it several times to feel like, oh, I've hit it. I've made it there. You know what I mean? I've made that jump of comfort. You know, you got to put yourself in really, really bad situations to test it out. And I've done that. Like this past year, I've been in like the most horrific situations, stuff that like you would have never known would be so bad.
So what kind of bad situations are you talking about?
So these are great examples of bad situations, but they do happen a lot in Florida. There's a lot of tourism. There's a lot of conferences. There's a lot of conventions. There's a lot of corporate events. And during the holidays, I was getting booked stuff, and there's these middlemen, and the job is honestly highway robbery in a sense, because you can type in like, hey, I need a comedian, and there's this website that's like hitting top list on Google. They're spending lots of ads, but basically they're just like middlemen that are just price gouging comics that'll do a corporate gig for like $300 when they're making $2,000 or something. But we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Right.
But you can find out. You can go to these corporate events and be like, hey, how much did you pay? You know what I mean? And then you can kind of do stuff like be like, hey man, if you go directly through me, I'll do it for 1,000. I'll do it for half. Yeah.
I see. So you're also doing like the business side of comedy.
Yeah, because like when you're not famous, you gotta get, to make money, you have to do these gigs where there's already a budget, where they're not coming to see you. they're coming because they just need a comic. But
Right.
what I've learned with doing these is it's extremely unpredictable, and that's when I've gotten into some of the scariest things ever. For
Mm.
example, I got booked a gig at a holiday party at a resort. I show up. They don't have they don't have a PA. They don't have nothing. And they're like,
Really?
and the lady came up and she goes, "Oh, you guys are the comics? Great. Just so you know, you're the surprise." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm the surprise?" They're like, "Well, I didn't tell anybody." I'm like, why wouldn't you tell anybody? I'm not a surprise. Some mid-level comedian in Orlando is your surprise. I'm like, Taylor Swift, that's a surprise.
Right.
So here I am. She goes, "So that's where you're gonna be doing it." I'm like, "Where?" I go, "In that the banquet where they're all like scooping food and plates on sternos."
Right, it
I'm
sounds like
like,
a
"They're eating."
restaurant.
Yeah, they're eating. They're eating. They're all at a holiday party. They don't want to hear me. They want to hang out and talk shit about the company.
Right,
And I
yeah.
know nothing about the company. I know nothing about the business, of course. And um, I still had to do it. And I had to do my time because you're getting paid.
Right, right.
Yeah.
How
So
long
I'm
was
mad.
it?
An hour,
You
maybe
did an
like
hour?
no, me and my buddy.
Oh,
So
okay.
we had to share the time.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
imagine you just going to this place, right? Nobody knows you. Everyone's shooting the shit. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's eating food. And you have to go up there and make this room of people that don't know who the hell you are laugh with lights, with like blaring fluorescent lights on. You can see the souls of every person that are in that room. And then, and then you grab a karaoke machine and you start talking in the mic. That's like crashing someone's party and trying to
Right.
make them laugh. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, just be like, "Hey, guys, I just showed up here because I wanted to make you laugh."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
your stand-up comedian at your sorority right now. You know?
exactly. So
Man,
there's
that's
only so
crazy.
much like riffing you can do on being present with what actually is going down,
Right.
before you like kind of just run out of that. And then there's
Yeah.
just your material that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, because of the reps, because of that training, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah,
yeah.
so did you end up winning them over? Did they or did
No. Oh, it's
no?
horrible.
I was gonna be
No.
my next question was basically how is that different from like you just a show that you would do, like a normal show?
'Cause you're not in a comedy club.
You're not in a
You're
comedy
in the
club.
cafeteria
Damn.
with no one wanted you there, and that's another thing about corporate events. They don't y People make a choice to go to a comedy club. They didn't
Right.
make a choice for this.
Oh my god,
They're
dude.
kinda sitting there like, this is the look on their face. "Oh, there's comedy."
Yeah. Yeah. Because they just wanna go home. You know?
Yeah. Well, they
Oh
all had
my
to golf in
god.
the morning. They're doing, like, this giant golf event in the morning.
Oh, no. Oh god. That
Yeah, they're
sounds
just
awful.
yeah, it was awful.
Man, how do you treat that? Do you treat that as like an open mic experience? Like, I don't even know how you treat that.
No, because the lady was just like, "Make sure you don't say this, make sure you don't say that." Like, open mic, you can there's really not, like, rules like that.
Right. Open mic, you just like fucking raw dog that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
But
yeah, you could be so unhinged and, like, you're only up there for 5 minutes max. No,
yeah,
this was like a booked, paid corporate gig the lady expected,
a certain
like,
thing, you know.
certain
Oh my god, dude, that would have both like freaked me out, but at the same time, I would have been like, all right, let's do it. Let's see what happens. You
Yeah, yeah,
know?
that one was okay, but the next one was worse. The next one, because this was, like, a little cafeteria with, like, maybe, like, 30 people just sitting in booths. It's
Hmm.
like if you crashed the Applebee's and just grabbed a mic and started
Yeah, you just do a set at Walmart on the fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like, all right,
yeah, and
guys.
even that would be less. Even that would probably like win people over because that's like really ballsy and like
True.
no, this is yeah, that wouldn't even be as bad. No, the next one was another corporate event. It was for Toyota, and it was all of Toyota, all the salespeople, and all of like this huge radius. So it was like this one they had decked out like it was the red carpet, the Oscars. They had like it was a giant banquet hall. Could have fit 1,000 people in the banquet hall if you crammed them in, but instead it was
Whoa.
200 people in these round tables like a wedding with a giant dance floor and a DJ. So I had to do comedy there. No spotlight. You're not risen up on a stage, and you're just standing on the dance floor that everyone's gonna be dancing on.
Yeah.
You look like a pebble in this room.
You were standing on
And
the
there's no
dance floor?
Yeah, there's no spotlight. And
Oh my
so
god.
they were like they were like Russian because the whole night was like coordinated wrong. So like they're like, oh, you guys aren't gonna go on until later. And then we're like, we're fine with that. Let them eat. But then the guy's like, okay, I think we should start it. I'm like, start it. They're grabbing food.
What?
And they're like, all right, the DJ's gonna introduce you. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They're like, go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. I'm like, hi.
Dang.
It sounded like a busy train station when I
Oh
started
my
talking.
gosh.
Yeah, it was just all 200 people were either talking or grabbing food, or even worse, after they grab their food, guess what they do when they grab their food? They eat the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They start chewing.
Try laughing.
Right.
What?
Yeah, that was a good joke. Yeah.
The whole half of the back of the room were in full blown discussion. The front of the room were on their phones.
Right. I don't
Dude,
know.
nothing.
Somebody's talking right now. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that is
Yeah,
how
so
many of those have you done?
I did a handful. I've done some in apartment complexes that are just as weird, where there's like children. There's like like 6-year-old. I'm telling you, this is what people need to do. If you're just doing the mothership in like the creek, that's
Right.
not scary. Like do this.
Yeah, dude. Like, so how about Miss Rachel, huh?
Talking in front of 200 Hispanic Latinos and Latinas from like Kissimmee, Florida, and Miami that all conglomerated into this giant banquet hall that's super bougie to the nine. Not my demographic at all for some
Yeah.
little doobie Asian dude to go on stage where most of them probably don't even speak English.
Right. Yeah. They don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
No,
They're like
not at all.
they're like, they don't even know it's a joke. You're just
If
talking.
I wouldn't yeah, they were hoping for Bad Bunny. Like, then they're
Yeah,
hoping that for the Super Bowl, like
yeah. Well, when's Spider-Man showing up? Isn't he supposed to actually be here? Like, the kids are like, dude, yeah, like Teletubbies, you know?
oh, yeah, with the
Oh.
kids? No, the kids they stared for a bit and left.
Yeah, dude. I mean, can you blame them though? Like,
Yeah, so I'm at this residential complex, and I popped up a whole comedy little set in the common space, and there happens to be like a 6-year-old Asian boy, and I was just like, man, I've always wanted to do the joke so bad, and I'm like, this is the perfect time because he's there. So I kind of said like, man, I kind of want to like, just for fun, if I see like a little Asian boy that kind of looks like me, he's got glasses, kind of want to come up to him and be like, you. He's like, yeah, I'm you from the future. I go, bro, don't go on a date with Mary Jane, or like, don't do it. Like, she'll break your heart. And make sure you don't ever get on train like 760s. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah. I love that.
He's like, Daddy, I'm scared. I'm like that. I'm like, no. I'm not you. I swear I'm not you. I'm like, I'm not.
Right. You're like,
And
here,
then
take this rabbit. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
yeah, just yeah, this isn't the I'm not Doctor Strange. I didn't this
Right.
isn't like the multiverse.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is so fucking funny, man. Like
Yeah.
that is so funny. So you have like all these just crazy scenarios that other people don't ever get. Like,
I should have went even further with that. I would have been like, "And I'm gay." You know what I mean? You're like, "No, I don't want to be gay." I'm like, "Oh,
right.
you're gonna be very gay." You know
So
what I mean?
you're so you're totally fucking gay, dude.
You're gonna be so gay. No.
Oh man, dude, that is fucking nuts. So like, so when you go from that environment back to the stage, you feel better being back on the stage, huh?
Oh, fearless, like I said, and
Fearless.
completely fearless. After after you kind of get in, do these weird scenarios and stuff. Not only is it easier to do a club, but you learn how to recover, and recovery on stage is huge to not make things weird. So that's one thing that I would like kind of say for you guys to work on is almost write recovery jokes for anything. Just like, when you're a freestyler and you remember a bunch of rhymes, or if you're roasting, you remember a bunch of roasts. Like when you do Banana Phone, I'm sure there's a lot of repeat roasts. You look like.
Right. Yeah. You look
Yeah,
like, yeah.
so what happens is you end up having like a giant toolbox full of goodies that you can use at any point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
then
really good advice.
yeah, so when you deliver your jokes, if they don't land, you
Mhm.
don't ever care, and you always deliver them as if they're gonna murder. And that
Mm.
is huge because you might still have something that's not bad,
Yeah.
and you just are so scared to do it that you don't do it justice.
Yeah. You're unsure in yourself and they
Yeah.
can read that.
I've gone
Yeah.
out with a fresh new joke that I never did, and I leaned into it so hard and even paused and let the room, either if it's silent or what,
Mhm.
I'll be like, huh? 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 Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
come
You
on.
like that?
All right,
That's
I'm gonna
right.
do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Ready? Ready? We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it twice. Okay. All right. And I'm like, it was so, and people they start to laugh, and then you know what I mean? You could just do stuff like they're in the wrong. You're so confident. You're like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this one more. Like, we're gonna switch. I think I actually
Yeah.
rephrased it, and I'm like, okay, it's option 2 or option A or B. Like
Mhm.
almost like I'm almost live workshopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That
nobody, I don't know, it's just a sense of like people are like, this guy don't care at all. You know what I mean? He's just having fun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and then the other thing I've been doing that's been really fun is I've been doing crash outs, where if
Crash
something
outs.
doesn't, yeah, crash out is when something doesn't work, you just go unhinged and lose your shit. So I'm like, you know what, guys? I was in the car writing this joke. I was in a group chat. They hearted it. They liked it. They're like, okay, they did heart it. They didn't emoji laugh it, but like, you go, this, we work hard. Like, we're putting ourselves out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
then, and then people just, like they kind of see you spiral, and then they're like, okay, I'm good. All right, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just crash outs, just like crazy crash outs on stage. Not really at paid shows, but like more of the underground mics or stuff where people are, they're not like serious. They're like, like a serious paid gig, more like fun stuff. And it kind of allows you to like be so wildly present on stage that people are like, oh, this dude is just living in the moment. Like, he is so present right now. And, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, they have a comedian here who does that. I don't know. Do you remember AJ Valentine? Like, I don't know
yeah.
if you remember.
I
Yeah,
think I know AJ. I think, yeah.
he does that on stage too, and that's always something that that I think that people like love to see. Sometimes it kind of
Do
reminds
you
me of how Sam Kinison would just like yell. like, and that was like his act. But
Yeah.
but when he did it, is like it's just the fact that somebody is losing their shit. It's just always so good.
Yeah, because you have to like really go in on it. You can't just kind of lose your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't
'Cause then it's
half-ass
if
lose
you
your shit.
kind of lose your shit, it then becomes awkward. If you completely lose your shit,
Yeah,
and you like
exactly.
you don't even care what's around you, who's there, and then when you're done losing your shit, you're like, ah, oh shit, what is going on? What's okay? Yeah,
Right,
oh yeah, guys. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like this dude's completely unhinged. It's a great way to bomb. I think it's a great way to bomb.
Dude, you should go up there with like your like you should go up there with like green glasses and then like lose your shit and then like switch them to the red ones, and just like oh, like and just like sit there with the red glasses,
Yeah.
and then put the green glasses back on and be like, all right, I'm good, I'm good,
And even better, just like have like it'd be funny if you could get your vapes to smoke and just put them by your ears.
Right, just like somebody like hits a fog machine at the right time. But you tell them to do it. You're like, hey, go ahead, do it right now. All right. Oh, like, oh my gosh, dude, that kind of shit. That shit is so funny. That kind of reminds me of some good like skit kind of thing that you can do. Just like a skit comedy
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. Just like Austin Powers, kind of was good with
Yeah.
that. They would have all the little funny visual gags and stuff like that.
Oh, dude. To this day, one of my favorite gag that they had in there was the slow steamroller rollover.
Yeah, when he's like,
Yeah, exactly. Ah, you're like, oh, that was so good, man. That is so good. So so when you were in Austin, right? You get to so you said like Kissimmee is where you're at like now, or Orlando?
yeah, I mean Orlando. I mean Kissimmee's like Disney World.
Oh, okay, I get it.
It's not
So
far.
gotcha. So you get there. Was it like a night and day difference as far as doing comedy, or was there really not much of a difference between the open mics there and everything?
Well, I mean, I started in Orlando, so this is my stomping ground.
So this is that's good for you. So then
I just went back to what I was doing.
Gotcha. So what are the main differences that you learned between Austin and Orlando?
Austin was scary to me because like I felt like I was in high school again, and I just was in my head about who liked me, who didn't like me.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
when I showed up, I was intimidated by everybody. I wasn't confident about my own abilities, which
Mhm.
was unfortunate because I could have just done like my tried and true. And then I look back at some of my content and I'm like, I was doing all new stuff in Austin. I go, I never showed anybody what I could like, you know what I mean? What I was doing here. I just tried new
Mhm.
jokes out, and then I felt like I was writing for the comics at the open mics, and then I changed kind of who I was as a comedy writer, performer. And I felt like there's so many comics, right? So you gravitate towards people that you talk to. And then I felt like if I would run into someone enough times and never really introduce myself, I'm like, well, it's too late now. It's going to be weird, to make that introduction. So there'd just be a lot of people that I would just kind of fist pump, but never know, never have a rapport with, never ever
Mhm.
connect with. And then be other people in the scene that I felt like didn't like me. So I was afraid to perform in front of them because I felt like they would mock me. You know how like when you're in high school and you got to do something, maybe like a recital or solo and chorus, and you
Yeah.
see all the bullies kind of just pointing and laughing and making fun of you. So I
Mhm.
felt like really scared and intimidated. I felt like I wasn't, I felt like I was being judged heavily. It was all like, projection. I just felt really, and I was like really intimidated, I think, by the whole like the scene, Kill Tony, be doing like getting booked a, let's say, secret show, just being able to, performing at Sunset or performing anywhere. I was like, I felt like I wasn't in the right state of mind. I wasn't confident. I was very scared. So the whole
Mm.
time I was there, I was just scared. Every time I was scared everywhere I went. Scared on every stage, scared in every venue, and I was just so scared. I felt like you're not on your home turf. I just felt like just completely petrified.
Yeah, almost like some kind of like imposter syndrome or something, huh?
Yeah, complete 100%. I'm like,
Mm.
and then I'm like, I don't even want to do this. I'm like, and I was like, I suck. I'm so bad. I don't even want to do this. I'm so scared to do this.
Man, and it's so funny because I kind of feel the same way still, but you kind of just like, well, this is sort of my home now, so I'm like, I got to kind of make a footprint here, and I felt like you did though, because we still got people talking about you every now and again, like
Yeah,
people
I
still
think if
know
I
you.
come, yeah, I think if I come back, I'll just I'll just rip these mics or rip these shows because like I do feel like the fear is gone.
Yeah, you got your reps in, and it would be great to see that, to see your evolution, because that's
Yeah,
that's
my
how we
comfort
met,
on
was at a mic,
stage.
you know.
Yeah, just like the comfort on stage, everything, you know what I mean? Even one that no one's like listening to, like I have no fear with those. I do them every week. Like I'm out every night. I'm out every Monday. I'm getting reps in. Every Tuesday, so every Monday in Orlando is the other bar, which I would say is comparable to like the Creek or Shakespeare, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
then yeah, so every Monday I get to do that. Every Tuesday there's a writing session at 6:30 I could go to, and then there's a open mic at the Bow Spot that I can get my reps in, and then there's another show at the Chronic Guru that I can do. And then every Wednesday I do the Bull and Bush, which is the best open mic in town. Every Thursday I'm like I can host the Funny Bone. Like so Thursday I'm probably hosting the Funny Bone.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And then Friday, I have a room that I now run in Sorrento, which is a golf course country club, and I literally have headliners booked all the way to the summer that are
Oh.
doing that venue, and I do all the promotion for it, and I am the MC. Like I love it. I go there. I'm like, this is my room. So I go up there and I get everyone. I do the house calls. Like, hey guys, like you're gonna have a great night. I got this drink coaster. Make sure you scan it. You get a chance to win a free drink. You got to write a joke, and that's just a way for me to get their data. And then, like, yeah, I just grow my email list.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works. It works. That's
and then
man,
this
man, that's cool, dude.
So this Friday, it's so great. I get to go in the green room and schmooze the headliners, And then Saturday, I guess I'm the host of a newlywed game show for Valentine's Day. And afterwards, I do material, which I think is going to be one of those weird ones.
Yeah.
Um,
But you're
yeah,
good though. You're
yeah,
good.
we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm like
Man.
constantly getting paid gigs. And then of course golf heckling. We've been able to really sell that concept to these event planners. So anytime
That's
there's
funny.
a corporate event going on and they have a budget for their whole team, could be like a team, like a company, IT, cloud service, usually
Mhm.
really high end people though, making millions of dollars, and they all get the whole company just pays or the business just pays for everyone just do comedy.
Man,
Uh,
that is really cool. I love watching those videos. Like those are
Yeah,
just
that is
so
another
funny.
great exercise, man. I'll tell you what, that will get you really, really good with the improvisational crowd work and having those arsenal of like repeatable like sayings. You know what I mean? Like that you can
Yeah.
do at any point. Like,
Oh.
a lot of them I keep changing, like, one of them that got really good was, I'm like, "Dude, you look like you got up syndrome," you know?
I love that.
Yeah, yeah, like, there's just so many I can do, you look like a Bass Pro Don't Shop, you look like, a Buffalo Bills fan, Buffalo can't pay his bills, there's just so many, like, little zingers that it was so funny too, one of my favorite ones was some Asian looking dude came up to me and called me Hans Kim, right?
No way.
And he's like, "Oh, look, it's Hans Kim." And I'm just like, "Well, what's your nationality?" He's like, "Oh, I'm half German, half Asian." I'm like, "Dude, aren't you Hans Kim?" Like, Hans Kim,
Oh,
you know? Like,
right.
yeah.
Exactly. That's good, man.
Yeah, it was really
It
great. He loved it too because he's like, "Oh, shit." Like, you don't even think about it. I'm like, "Dude, it
was right there.
was
Yeah.
right there."
Go back to Ass Pro. Dude, no, those videos are always so funny. I love those things. Well, how did that
Yeah.
even come about? Like, where'd y'all? Did you just? Is that like such a thing that y'all just do? Because I think of like golfers talking shit on the golf course anyway, and so it's kind of cool to just see that.
Yeah, so there's a company that started it, and they booked my buddy. They that's what they do full time. They just do these golf heckles, and my friend saw them on TikTok or whatever, and he's like,
Mm,
"Oh, do that. That sounds fun." So he pitched it for us to do it. Since we do know a lot of people out here,
mm-hmm.
so we opportunities kind of just happen when you know a lot of people, and then they gave us a chance, and we were the hit of the whole entire um course, because each hole had different events. One was like the longest drive. One was like you have to go against a pro. Another one was like you could get a hole in one, win a car. Um, I think another one just had maybe music or something. But they all wanted to come to the heckle hole. Everyone wanted to come to the heckle hole.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love that, and I love that for you. I'm happy that like you have so much going on. Because it seems like here in Austin, like instead of like things moving up like that, it seems like almost things are kind of dying down.
Yeah, well, I kind of, told a lot of people, Austin is like when you're ready to just take your career to like the next level. So a lot of people come to Austin before they're even close to that point. So
Right.
then they're kind of in the trenches, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Austin's a place that rewards you generously if you're, you know what I mean, if you're selected, and punishes you severely if you're not. So
Mm-hmm.
you can get more reps in other cities and then come back to Austin once you've gotten more reps in. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it, because it's hard to get quality reps all the time. You know what I mean? Because there's so much going on. You don't have anything that's very consistent. So here, I got really good because every Wednesday I can guarantee a great room every Wednesday for 5 new minutes. So every week I write 5 new minutes. If I can or if I can't, I'm still trying. And every week I do something different. And imagine after 20 weeks of doing new 5 minute jokes, even if they're not five, even if they're just one or two, you're growing your library of material,
Yeah.
and you're also wanna write because you're like, oh, it's gonna, you know what I mean? Like in Austin, it's like I don't really want to write because I'll write new jokes, and I haven't even proved out the last one that I did because no
Yeah.
one was there. You know, you
Right.
get immediate validation, or not validation, but you get immediate feedback,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
earnest feedback from a mix of comics and audience members. So this room that happens every Wednesday, which I said if you ever came down, you would love it. Remy got an applause break and like killed it in this room with a new joke he did, and
That's
it was
awesome.
about the pigeons, and it was really great. And imagine you could just go back next week and it would still be there with the same warm, loose crowd. Be
Oh,
great.
man.
Last night was a gift though, because last night, because of the Super Bowl just happened, a whole crowd of like 15 people that all knew each other came because one of the guys lost a bet and had to do stand up that night. So we got gifted 15 audience members at a mic that normally doesn't have that.
Wow.
And we kept pushing him down. We kept bumping him. It was great. He was getting so pissed. He's like, "What?" He's like, "When am I gonna go?" He goes, "Dude, you brought 15 people. You're never going."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta hang out, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, like, so
Man.
every comic at the set of their night last night, because we had like this loose crowd, and we were kind of like, crowd working a bit, making fun of the guy that has to go up, and it was really fun.
Oh, that sounds fun, man. When dude, that sounds really, really, really cool. I wish they had something like that here. But like when so like what's your kind of writing process? Because if I had to come up with like 5 minutes a week, I'd be like, yeah, I'd probably struggle. Like where do you pull from? And like is it just life, or do you
No,
just talk to a lot of people, or what?
no, the workshops, the comedy Bible workshops.
Mm.
So we'll sit
Yeah.
down in the workshop. I got some really good jokes just from this one workshop. We were sitting down and I was just like, okay, pick a premise, a topic to talk about, and then talk about like what's weird, hard, scary, or stupid about this.
Oh,
So
that's really cool.
I did one on I did one on like ice. I did one on going to the movies. This is like this isn't a good joke, but like I wrote it right on the spot, and it was like I took a girl to the movies and she cried the entire time. By the end of the movie, I came. It was a real tear.
It was a real tearjerker.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that a
yeah,
lot.
it's like a little one-liner. And then the other one was ice. You know, ice has got it's gotten so crazy now that I'm just paranoid like everywhere I go. Like for example, the other day I went out to dinner and the waitress was like, would you like a drink? And I'm said like, can I have a water? But, no ice, you know, and can I get a couple? And then ice is weird because their job is dangerous, but they're still afraid of women, you know, in cars. I don't know if you heard the news, but
No,
some ice
no.
literally just
Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. I
yeah,
have.
they just yeah. And
Yeah,
then
that's so sad.
so the joke is like like, "Oh my god, what happened?" He's like, "It was a woman behind the wheel of a car. I've never felt more unsafe." I'm like, "Did she have a gun?" I'm like, "No, worse, she had an opinion," you know? So it's, "So you shot her?" Like, um, yeah, it's a little edgy.
I had to. It was my
Yeah,
job. It was a slippery slope out there.
we did, and then another one, like, yeah, so we go to these workshops and just give you these premises, and we just have to kind of like write on them, and then the minute we're done doing it, we go to the mic and we do it.
Oh, you see, I love that. That's what I was trying to set up here. I was trying to set up, like, some kinda, like, writing workshop here, because I don't get out much, you know? Like, between this and then work and things like that, I don't really get
Yeah.
out much. So I was like, talking to a couple comics here in Austin, and I
Well,
was like,
that's
I wanna do a workshop. They come to
mhm.
my place, we sit at a round table and just kinda do it.
You definitely should do that, and it'll everyone will that comes will appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be cool. I'm still just, like, working some kinks out with
Then you don't
how.
gotta go nowhere.
Yeah, then I don't have to go anywhere. But yeah, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm looking at probably by the time it happens, probably about March, and then unfortunately, it might be like have to be like invitation only. Is that how y'all do it, or do you post it?
This one's in a place,
Oh, okay, gotcha,
so, not that many people go. I'd say maybe like 6 to 8,
gotcha. Okay,
and, you don't wanna have a lot of people anyway.
no, no, because you wanna keep it to where like you have people like actually speaking to each other and not talking over each other all the time.
Yeah, you just wanna I think 4 would probably be, like, a good number. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely, that and I listen to the news every morning, and that's been giving me material.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, like, one of the jokes I wrote just from hearing the news, I changed it a little bit because, like, it was darker, but, the news was that a lady got, like, hit by a self-driving vehicle, like, she got hit by one,
Oh no.
and I was like, "Dude, no way, Mo," and I was like but then I was just like, "Man, I don't." I know, like, what kinda sucks is, like, I know, like, Asians are known for being bad drivers, right? But now we're bad with software? I'm like, "Come on." Like,
Right?
yeah. So that's basically the joke, but the real news was it was a kid, and I changed it to just some old lady got hit by a self-driving car because I think, like, hearing a kid getting hit by a car is a little darker than, like, an old lady getting hit by a car.
Sure. I
So
see.
I just changed it.
Yeah.
I changed what happened in the news. And then another news story I heard was a kid, like became homicidal and blames it on his acne medicine. Now that's not I don't have a joke yet, but I'm like that kind of writes itself. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And this is true. You can look it up. Like, this kid killed 2 of his friends and blames it on his acne medicine. His acne medicine made him want to kill.
Oh my God.
And there's a lawyer actually trying to defend him. And this is Texas. This is in Texas, by the way. This is a Texas kid.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look that up, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, acne. Like, I'm like this is stuff that, like the people that write for like late night, they probably are like, oh, this is, I need something to write every whatever, and that's probably what happens.
Oh wow! Instead of like CeraView, it's Killer You. But I can't imagine like my acne medicine. I like literally wash my face. Like come on. And I go outside and hey, my girlfriend's like, can you feed the dog? And I'm like, you bitch! How dare you!
It's a good acto.
Right. I had one like it was I got booked at this Tiniest. It's the Tiniest, and by Sherry, and I was like, oh man, how long do I have? And she's like 8 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that's great because there's this joke that I was wanting to work out where I like it is kind of a true story, but basically like Olivia told me that her Waymo brought her to a cul-de-sac and was just going in circles, and they were on the phone. And this isn't the joke. This is just like kind of the story, but they were on the phone trying to get the, customer service to be like, hey, get us out of your fucking Waymo. And I was like, dude, I'm on my way. I'm going to break that fucking Waymo. I'm going to destroy it. So I wrote this whole like joke about how, because right when she opened up the door, it literally said, hi, Molly. And she's like, oh, this is a problem. And then all the doors locked and it took off.
Oh my God. That's like some ex machina.
Right. Exactly. So I had this whole joke about like how, she goes into cul-de-sac and goes around in circles, and then I ride a scooter into it, and like I plug my head into the Waymo, and then it becomes a Traymo, and then I get its thoughts, it gets my thoughts, and then Olivia comes home, and I'm sitting on the couch, and then I look at her and I go, "Hi, Molly."
You're like possessed now.
Yeah, I had like this whole act out joke that was like because of it, but I can only do that when I can't do that in 3 minutes, but yeah, it's like, but I love things like that because it becomes like a little bit more like personal,
Yeah.
and it's always, it's always good, dude. I can't wait for you to come here because I can't wait to just to see like, in person how you've changed. I love all the videos that you post for sure, man. Like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
love
still
seeing.
just kind of just all that's just really just for fun, just throwing shit, just talking to people, learning a lot.
Yeah, man. Is there any like really important lessons that you're like, whoa, this is a breakthrough for me?
The breakthrough is to not be afraid anymore. What you do is you lose the fear of what someone thinks about you.
You
Because I
become
think
stronger.
that ultimately is the thing that holds you back as, like for example, having a group of friends you met or a workplace, and you're like, they all want to come see you do comedy.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I don't want to suck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So the whole thing is like, if you don't care, then that's like the biggest turning point. That's the biggest thing. That's like that, taking your almost like the Matrix where it unplugs like, oh, I'm awake,
I could fly now, motherfucker. Yeah.
Because you'll know when it happens, because you'll go to a room and you'll just be like, I can't wait to get up on there and just, I don't even care what I'm gonna do. I don't even.
Yeah.
I did a whole show without a single set list or plan at all.
Dude, that is a foreign concept to me. I always have a plan right now. Where I'm at, I always I have to.
No plan, no structure, no important segues, no like really tight, because sure there's a time and a place to do that, but sometimes you get lost in your script
Yeah.
and you put so much pressure on yourself to get these jokes out that you've been working on that you are so in your head that you can't really see the room that's in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. It's like was where I have to and go and do it, and that's how I feel comfortable and everything. So I know you've been on Kill Tony twice now, right?
Mhm.
So with everything that you learned, how do you think you would do now?
Oh, I would do so much different. I
Yeah.
my whole thing was all about my, like, my lawsuit and stuff, and
Yeah.
I kinda regret that. I'm like, "Man, I have so much going for me that's not the drama of my lawsuit," but I guess at the time, I was like, "Oh, this will be a interesting dialogue for, the interview section," you know?
Yeah. I think so.
But
Yeah.
but I feel like there's other stuff that would have been more interesting for me to bring up, like, for example, like, I did have a huge history with, like, hacking the system, and I really thought, like, if I ever go back on, I'd like to talk about, how I'm really good at finding deals at, like, fast food restaurants and how I was able to get,
Mhm.
30 million 7-Eleven rewards points and almost got taken down by 7-Eleven for, like, exploiting their referral system, having a video go viral where I ended up getting over, $50,000 worth of beef jerky. Stuff like that's a little bit more exciting and opens the doors for more conversation than, being in a lawsuit.
And that's something that, I think like probably 99% of people have no fucking clue about. The fact that you literally like from your videos and then from the things like that you've done, like you went viral, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
like tons of times too. When I was going through it, I didn't you know what I mean? You kinda just you're in it so much that you're like, "Oh, yeah, that one did good." But then I look back and I'm like, I even had a video hit 50,000,000 and, recently, you know what I mean, recently? And, like, when you have a video that hit 50,000,000,
yeah.
that's that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Dude, like the first time that ever happened to you, like what could possibly be going through your mind? I can't even fathom it, man.
It's
But
probably the same thing that when you find out you're a regular on Kill Tony.
yeah, you're just like, "Oh my god." Like
Yeah, you're like, "Dude, I made it."
dude, I fucking made it,
Yeah,
you
that's how
know?
you feel. You feel like you made it, and, I knew that I wasn't gonna be a one-hit wonder. I was just like, I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my life once I had my first viral, video on YouTube.
Yeah. For anybody who for anybody who sees your videos, they're so entertaining. Like that's what I love your video. I'm such a fan of your videos, dude. Like, and the thing was, when I first met you, I didn't even know like that you did that, you know. But it was just when I started to watch your videos and
Mhm.
everything, I was like, oh my god, these are like actually legitimately entertaining. And then when I found out that like you had like this whole backstory, I was like, of course, I was surprised when I actually found out, but I was also like not surprised too because as somebody who does editing and does their own like videos, and I know how that process goes, I could see the work that you put into it. You do a lot of work, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
And
definitely something that no one really knew about me in Austin. I didn't really advertise it.
yeah, but that
I
didn't
don't
that
really
didn't stop you from having people like approach you. You
No,
know,
no, because people would yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't really bring it up. I don't
yeah,
know how I don't really know I feel weird bringing anything up like that. I don't know. I'm not good
yeah,
at selling I'm not good at selling myself. I wanna be just do what I gotta do, I don't it's like show don't tell. Like, I don't wanna go around being like, "Yeah, I do YouTube," show don't tell. Just, like, show
hmm
what you can do, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I guess like the question that I was kind of getting at, like with that, with like sort of on the lines of the show don't tell thing, was like what like how do you transition from that into stand up? Like has stand up been something that you were always like a fan of and just wanted to get into, or like how did you decide that all right, well, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be set. I'm happy with that situation.
Yeah. I mean, I would see stand up growing up. I was lucky that in my hometown during college, we would go to the comics cafe, they called it, and it was like the same as going to the the Improv or the Funny Bone or Cap City.
Yeah.
It was a comedy club,
Yeah.
and I would laugh my ass off. I was such a good laugher.
Yeah.
And
Did-
then when I moved to the middle of nowhere, there was no stand up comedy. Then one night they had an open mic, and I brought everyone from work, and you bring 50 people from work, you're gonna kill it. They all laughed and were supportive, and I wrote 10 minutes, and that's when I got hooked. It was 2010. I was 27 years old, and
You're just in it. Yeah. And
I was hooked.
I remember your advice to me. You said that you told me to go to like a comedy class too. Like I thought that was good piece of advice. I haven't been able to fulfill yet, but do you think that like going to the comedy class like like pushed you to the next limit kind of thing as far as stand up goes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's still
Saves time. It saves a lot of time, when you're working. Like, you got to think about it, right? It's like good analogy would be like if you don't go to carpentry and you just figure it out, you're spending a lot more time figuring it out. When someone could teach you something that can make it easier.
I love that analogy. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect
You're
sense.
sitting there whittling this piece of wood, like, yo, boom, here's a tool.
You're
And you're
right.
like, oh wow, that helps.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do get that people are gonna be like, oh, well, the journey's part of it. I'm like, yeah, but dude, it's a long journey. It doesn't hurt to have a couple a couple little tips to help your brain like guide it to where the funny is.
Right.
Because right now your brain's going everywhere. The class will guide your brain to kind of focus more on where the funny is and not have you tangent off of stuff that won't work or.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think that it's very important. Like, but you could get a lot of that by being self-taught. You can get some books. Like, that's one thing that I kind of want to pick up is the comedy Bible. Um you use it in the class a lot, and you go through a lot of the chapters, but it doesn't hurt to just reread chapters and then redo the exercises. Like, it's something that like you don't just do it once and you graduate. You don't just take like science 101 and graduate. You keep reading more about science.
yeah.
And even if it's the same science, you're just absorbing it more every time you read it.
You're just absorbing it. Yeah. And that's really great. I think that's great advice because I completely understand what you mean about why that helps. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
I totally get it, because if you choose like another art, for example, like I've been playing guitar for a long time, and but if you put me next to somebody who's like classically trained, there's definitely a difference. There's going to be a massive difference between the two of us, and it's just they're gonna be miles ahead of any way that I am. Like it doesn't mean that I'm bad. It just means that like they got the prop.
It's going to be like technical stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be these technical things that I just didn't learn.
Yeah.
But what are your goals now, man? I'm so happy that everything is going well for you. I feel like you've got to have some goals that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I think that this is good comedy advice for anybody. If you love it, you don't age out of it. You just keep doing it, and you don't care about what the end goal is. You care about you loving what you're doing and loving the new things that you're creating from it. That should be the goal. And then of course have like stable income. I'm trying to get some stuff, planting some seeds to have some like residual income, like what they call it passive income.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the comedy is not like the money pit goal. Comedy is like the passion, the hobby, the sport. Because I think they're all three of those things. They should be a passion. They're also a hobby, and it's a sport. It's competitive. You gotta compete. You gotta go up there. You gotta do it. You gotta swing. You know,
Yeah, makes sense.
every stage you're on is a different field you're playing on. Every audience is a different opponent, and you gotta win.
Yeah.
So like that's what the goal is. The goal isn't like, oh, do you see yourself on Netflix or do you see yourself with a special? Hell no. I see myself just getting good, better and better at writing, getting more and more refined with my jokes and revisiting my old stuff and looking at it in a new lens and making it better, because you can make your stuff that is already good even better. You just gotta bring it up. Don't throw it away and don't keep just doing it the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much more to what you already created, so many more legs, and when you revisit it, you start seeing that, and then you just turn your old 5 into 7, you know?
Yeah.
Your old 5 chunk that you liked into a 7 chunk, and then you can find another 5 chunk that you like and turn that into a 7 chunk, and now you combine them all, and now you're 15, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, there's just the what you've already created doesn't have to just be what you created.
Just get better. Just getting better, you know?
Yeah, because when you can't deny talent once you have it. Once you've put in the effort and the work, you can't go in any club and no one could be like, oh, that was okay. If you're really getting better with your writing, you're really, really finding these really good. And again, I agree with Anthony Jeselnik in a sense that real comedy comes from surprise, and that surprise is what makes you laugh. The better you can get with breaking those assumptions, and that's what you learn in the class is assumption breaking, the bigger the laugh you're gonna get. So one of the biggest exercises is when you write something down, like I work at McDonald's, you have to write down the assumptions, and people have struggled with this lesson. But what are the assumptions if I say I work at McDonald's? Oh, he's broke. Oh, he works at fast food. Oh, he's probably, you know what I mean? Like maybe he probably doesn't anymore, or he's a cook, or he's a wait, you know what I mean? He makes minimum wage. He's probably overweight, or he's probably unhealthy. And then what you do is you break all those assumptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where the funny comes from. Breaking the assumption of what people think.
Yeah, creating the tension and then just abruptly releasing it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's great. And that's a wonderful, wonderful piece of advice. And that's also like a really wonderful outlook to look at comedy in general, because I think that everybody who begins it and sticks with it for like, I mean, I've been doing it for like almost like about 2.5 years, something like that. But I love it. I actually love it. And, what I love about what you said is it's just, making yourself better because you love it,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You can't get better by making more flyers. You can't get better by networking with more people. You can't
right.
get better. You have to get better by actually like putting in the work of the art of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The analogy that we just had a second ago, like I kind of think of it sort of like what I was just saying about, me playing guitar. Like you were talking about, um, just confidence essentially. And if I'm not at the point right now in my comedy where I am with like my guitar, for example. Like my guitar, you put a guitar in my hand, I'm like, how many fucking people we got? Let's go. Like definitely. Like I'll do that like all fucking day, hands down, no problem. Got the songs ready to go. And then, but with comedy, I'd have to really think about it, and that's how I know I'm not at the point of where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's sort of like, okay, like I could do these sets, I can make it work. I can make it work for sure, but but I'm not there as far as like academically, I guess. You know what I mean? So it's just sort of, I see what you're saying, and I love that point that you made. That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
So, but dude, I think that's about it. Is there anything you want to put out, or anything you want to mention or say, or anything, or?
No, I mean, honestly, I just want to come back. I miss you guys.
Miss you too, brother.
I'm really proud to see your journey too, by the way. You've gone through so much in the time I've met you, and for you to be here with what you've created is incredible. For you to have like literally turned your life completely around from what you were going through and got through it all, and are what you're doing is just it's so great. I just can't wait to come back and just see all you guys, and I really hope I come back at the end of March there. So
Dude, you just let me know, man. You just let me know. You let me know if you need a place to crash anytime. For sure. You know,
I'm coming with a squad.
You come with a squad?
Yeah,
oh, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be like maybe 6 of us that, you know, they're all new. I love them. I feel like I gravitate towards the new people because they're full of hope and wonder and light and positivity, and they're not like they're not they're so that what I'm trying to say is they're younger, but they're all they're not just new at comedy. They're also younger. Some of these kids have so much so much potential.
Yeah.
So much potential.
Dude, well, I can't wait to meet them just because they're associated with you, dude. Love you,
they're
man.
good people. No, they're such good people. Such good hang. Like you would feel completely comfortable and safe hanging out with these guys. They're just fun and outgoing and friendly and generous. All the things.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Well, I really can't wait for that, man. And I'll see you. I know I work quite a bit.
I'm definitely whatever I have to do to make it over there, I'm doing it.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, but I definitely want to see you, bro. For sure. I'm super fucking excited. You know, and
hopefully maybe we can get Matt to come out around the same time too.
That was literally my thought. I was
saying we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, that was literally my thought. It was just like, fuck, pick him up. Like, it's on the way. but I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him about like him driving out here and everything like that, and for that, and it'll be amazing, man. Like, it'll just be amazing just to hang out with you again.
It will be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, keep me posted on that for sure, dude. For sure.